hoping that any guys will get called up because you're already down a couple of skaters right now. So how do you kind of foresee that going, and how is the rotation going to work?
Well, as far as filling the roster spots, you put your trust in your faith and your management, and hopefully that they have a game plan to fill those spots. We're going to lose 11 for a minimum of 5 games, and we've got one guy short on the back end. And if you lose anybody else, you're in a pretty big hole. And we don't want to go back to those days in November where we were going to Michigan and only dressing 9 and 4. So that's where you put your trust in the management to have a plan in place, and that's something that we've discussed. And we got 100% faith in those guys, so I'm sure we'll get back to the paperwork tomorrow and figuring out what we got to do to be ready for the weekend.
And just talk about Frolov, going up against Zidlicki, a couple years older, a veteran, and not being afraid to drop the gloves there as a 16-year-old. I know. At that point in the game, you're down a goal, so you're trying not to go shorthanded there. But just talk about, were you happy with the way that the guys responded to fights and jumping in there to help each other out and making sure that they left all their emotions on the ice?
I absolutely loved the response from our guys. Federkow going over, jumping in when Kevin He got hit from behind. I absolutely loved that. But when I got in my first professional fight, even at 5'9", I made sure I found somebody that was smaller than me to give myself a fighting chance. Froley didn't get the memo when he chose the toughest guy in the other team as a 16-year-old to get on his first fight at center ice, but surprised at how well he did. And it was great to see because, that takes a lot of guts right there, a lot of guts. It's not easy to step in, but you saw the confidence in his game when he came back and realized it wasn't life or death after getting in a fight, and I think it's only going to bode well for him going forward, but very, very impressed with his ability and his confidence to step up and do something like that with an older, tougher opponent.
And Flores, you probably want those 2 goals back, but other than those 2 goals, he really kept you guys in the game when Mississauga started pressuring in that third period. You guys had a great second period, outshot them 14-6, but just talk about your goalie coming back after, 2 that he'd probably want back along with you guys.
It was great. He played 40 great minutes, but unfortunately as a coach, you remember those 2 goals rather than the big saves and the breakaways that he made. You're definitely right. We want those 2 goals back, and they were savable goals, and at the end of the day, I thought their goalie played well enough to win the game, and as good as Flores did, it was 1 goal less than the opponent. So we need our guys to be at their absolute best. There's not a big room or margin for error right now, and you see we had 2 bad goals and a bad first period, and it was enough to cost them the game no matter how well we played. Their goalie found a way to stop the puck. So at the end of the day, average is good and good is good, but we need guys to be great. We need them to be the best on the ice, and we need everybody at the same time to pull that way so we can win some more hockey games.
And lastly, just quickly about the D-Corps, obviously Weissig was out tonight, and then when Frolov and Federko both fought, you're down to 4D at that point. So just talk about maybe the new guy a little bit, Chanowski, what you've thought of his play so far in that rotation, and how you thought that the other 4 guys did.
Yeah, well, we got down to 3Ds at a moment there, and we had Kevin Klein go back, and Chanowski coming back to the bench, and just want to make sure he's got enough oxygen to breathe because he's never seen minutes in the OHL like the way he did tonight. But it's a good sign that you can play that many minutes and still continue to have success doing it. So I think he's going to be a really good player for us. He makes some really nice plays. He puts the puck on the tape, and it was a good addition. Good job by our management identifying a weakness on our back end and going out and getting a young player that we can grow and build with. And on top of that, he's a local product. So checks a lot of boxes for us, and we're really proud and happy to have him here.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.